Hello Stampin' friends, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper. I'd like to welcome you to my studio here in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky. And today we are going to be making a simple but beautiful sympathy card. So this is the card we'll be making. You'll need some supplies. I have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. This is Orchid Oasis. It's one of the in colors that's going to be retiring at the end of this catalog, the end of April. I've got a piece, I've also scored it in the center at 4 1/4 for our card base. I've got 2 layers, one for the inside, one for the outside. These are 4 by 5 1/4. I have a scrap strip of the Orchid Oasis cardstock, and I have a scrap of basic white cardstock. So that's what we're going to be using. We'll also be using some twine from the 2022-2024 in color Baker's twine pack. We're going to be using the Orchid Oasis, which I don't have any more of. I used it in my classes this month, so I am fresh out. And we'll be using basic rhinestones. We'll be using the Orchid Oasis Dark Blends, the Heartfelt Hexagon bundle. This comes with the punch and the stamp set. In addition, we'll be using the bow punch. We'll be punching some leaves out with this one. And the Layered Florals 3D embossing folder. The Orchid Oasis ink pad, we're only using one color of ink. This is a monochromatic card, so we'll only need one color. And let's get started. So like I said, the first thing I've done is to score and fold this piece of cardstock so that we have our card base. I've taken one of the white pieces and I've just stamped a couple little things on it to put inside the card. I just did a couple of the leaves and the flowers that is also from this stamp set. There's the flower and the leaves that I used. And then I've taken one of those white panels and I've used that embossing folder. This is the Layered Florals embossing folder, and I've just put it in about there, and I've run it through my embossing Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I have this. I have a long piece of twine, that variegated twine that I showed you earlier, and I'm just going to fold that in half. And I'm going to take some of my Stampin' Seal. And this piece, let me see what this is. This is about 10 inches long. I'm just going to fold that in half. I'm going to take my seal, my Stampin' Seal, and along the middle of this, I'm just going to run a little bit of that Stampin' Seal. And I'll lay this across the front. And I'm going to pinch it down on the back side. So now I've got my twine adhered. I'll take some more of my seal. And now I'm just going to put this on the front of my card, centered on my card front. Now I'm going to set this to the side, and we're going to work on our focal point. So I've got my scrap of cardstock here, the basic white. And I'm going to use this frame. And I'm going to ink that up very gently because I don't want a lot of extra ink. And then I'll just stamp that right along here. And then I'm going to use the With Sincere Sympathy. That's from the same stamp set. Again, ink it up gently. Don't squish it into the pad. And I'm going to stamp that right there. So there's our greeting. Then I'll use the coordinating punch. And I'll just line that up and punch it out. And I'll put that to the side, and I'll take that bow punch, bow, I'm not sure what they say where you are from. I'm not even sure what they say where I am from, but we don't really have to worry about the stem. We want 3 of these. So we can put those wherever we can get 3 sets of the leaves. I think I've still got a piece stuck in there. I want to look at it, make sure you're getting the leaves. There is a piece still stuck in there. Okay. And then I need 1 more. Trying to get the light where I can see if I've got all my leaves on there. And now I am finished with this piece. Got my 3 leaves, and the rest of that is going to be trash. I'm just going to bring in a piece of scrap paper so I don't end up with glue everywhere, because I could very easily do that. And I'm going to adhere these to the back of this Sympathy. So I'm just going to put, oh, let's see, that's my empty glue. Let me get my full glue. Put a little bit of glue down in this area. And then I'm simply going to put that up here in the corner. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Add a little bit of glue to that. This one's going to go down in this direction. And then I'll add another one to that bottom area. And if you need to trim it, you can definitely do that. So now, I got my finger sticky, didn't I? You've got something that looks like this. And we'll take our dimensionals. I'm down to the scraps on my dimensionals. And I like to use every little piece so that nothing goes to waste. I'm going to stick one on either side of this. And now this is ready to go on our card front. And then I took another piece of the twine and I folded it, and then I tied a bow so that I had a double bow. And I'll take a glue dot. Now these are some of the glue dots from an old paper pumpkin kit. So be sure to save any pieces that you have from those kits, because they're great to use in your regular crafting. Put that little bow there. And my last step for this card is to embellish it. And I took one of each size of the rhinestones and I colored them with the dark Orchid Oasis blends. And I've already colored 2 of those. I'm going to color this last one so you can just see just how easy that is. I always use the bullet tip, the hard point tip for this, because those jewels are faceted and I don't want to mess up my brush tip. So I always use the fine line end. And then those are now ready to go on our card. I think these look like tanzanite. I don't know if you're familiar with tanzanite, but I think these jewels colored with this Orchid Oasis look a whole lot like tanzanite. And there we go. This is our card. So it's very simple, quick to make. If you need a card in a hurry, it could be for anything. With this stamp set, it could be, you could do lots of things, sending you lots of love and hugs. You could turn this around and put, I hope your day is filled with joy. It could be a wedding card. You could do it in the bride's wedding colors and do Mr. and Mrs. or make it a birthday card. Let's eat cake. So this is the card I've made today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can reach me at bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. If you'd like to see more projects, I have a website, www.bluegrassstamper.com. And I'd love for you to shop with me if you need any supplies. It lets me do what I like to do, which is make videos. Thanks so much. Bye.